In a secret lab somewhere at Castaway Bay, an evil scientist is hard at work in a professional destruction unique working. Igor, did you have the last part for need for this situation? Yes, here it is, sir. Here. Excellent. Just what I need for my grandfather's greatest associates yet. And for that, the scientist and Igor walk towards and drop the last part into a strange silver engine that looked just like Spencer. Yes, the greatest evil scientist engine known to mankind. The Train Destroyer. Excuse me, sir, I'm confused. Why did you brought that here, and who did they do that? That's a good question, Igor. This engine was planned by my grandfather back in the 1940s. And I spent most of my life through years by years trying to cooperate my peace. And now, after 65 years, more than 69 years, my typical plan is almost complete. Igor, would you mind if you can activate the engine? Oh, yes, master. After a switch of the button, the engine activated. Yes, it's operational. It's operational! Then it happened. The silver engine raced towards the scientist and killed both him and Igor. Then he destroyed the entire scientist lab. Not before they both killed all the scientists. As he was walked away, he kept shout out, Sodor! Sodor! Meanwhile, back on the island of Sodor, the engines were busier than ever. Life on Sodor couldn't be any more normal than all the mutations that are to stimulate the engines are gone. At Navret Station, Thomas felt happy as he puffed into Navret Station. Isn't this a lovely day? It sure is, Thomas. Just a perfect day to pull the express. Although I wish Sir Topham Hatt would stop buying new engines, because sooner or later Sodor was gonna run out of room. In quite the mansion, I agreed. It seems like there was not enough sheds for newer engines came to Sodor year by year. Now, you two. New engines doesn't always come every year, but they also been sent away when they are being naughty. Well, I knowed. That wasn't very strange. Gordon, it's a formula, beautiful, clear day. With snow clouds, storm clouds in the sky. And for that, we have lots of great friends, just like you, Gordon. Well, yes, I guess you could say that. The conversation was rudely interrupted by an engine racing past. Whoa, bust my buffers! Who was that? I don't know. I have never seen this engine on Sodor before. But it wasn't Thomas or Gordon who have been struggled and blasted by the silver engine that looked just like Spencer. all over the island. The engines were buffered and blasted by the new engine. Whoa, what was that?
Mind my shiny red paintwork! Was that a ghost? What the? Rail hog?
At the hot tub factory main lobby station, all the engines just couldn't stop talking about the new visitor.
He was scary.
He was silver. He was very, very fast.
He kind of looked like Thomas, but hey, more demonic.
I heard that he had just killed 2 scientists when he was activated. He may have been the same engine like Spencer, but we don't know.
Shh, here he comes.
Sir Topham had arrived in his car, checking to see if the engines were all right. Sir, can we imagine what was this new visitor you brought to our island? That's just it, Thomas. I didn't.
Well, how did he get here, sir?
Well, one thing's for sure, he's trespassing. And I don't take kind for trespassing engines. Sir, I may be rude, but we must find the silver engine that we usually had, but not without the tender. I know what it is. He's been trespassing all of the engines in 5 stations. Thomas, I want you to go look for the strange new engine. Yes, sir. So Thomas, along with Sir Topham, had puffed away to find the strange new engine. It wasn't long until they finally found him. He was alone, shivering from the cold. Thomas didn't know what to do, but he knew he needed to help others that mainly keep it secured. So Thomas quickly puffed forward to the new engine to greet.
Hello, who are you?
The engine didn't say anything at first. Thomas tried it again. My name is Thomas. What's yours? Suddenly, the engine spoke.
Charles.
What brings you to our island, Charles?
I've been promising for the destruction of Sodor to harm of all engines in the struts.
Well, Charles, you've been trespassing our private property at 5 stations. Could you just give me the owner so I can contact it?
I don't have an owner.
That can't be right. You must have an owner.
I don't. I'm a U.S. graceful struts, which is strengthness. I am from the science, from stretchy restricts, from push, from hospice, from stresses.
And that property is
to destroy engines.
Suddenly, the train began to move forward and forward. Then he blew out blood steam. Thomas was scared. Sir? I'm scared. I think we should go. Charles, I am not gonna relate this kind of behavior. Leave Sodor immediately.
You don't understand, Thomas. I promise tricks because I always come back.
Thomas raced away as fast as he could, with Charles chasing after him. At Tidbit Sheds, the engines were probably worried about Thomas.
I hope Thomas will be all right.
Perhaps he is trying to teach her new engine how to play tricks on bigger engines, and I do not like it. Well, I hope he's not. I agreed. Perhaps this silver engine became more demonic than Devon the Demonic. Then, a frightening pistons pump racing through his life. And Thomas puffed towards them, along with Sir Topham Hatt. Guys, you need to get out of here now!
What's the matter, Thomas? Is everything all right?
That new engine is an engine destroyer and he's gonna kill us all! Thomas is right. We must evacuate the island immediately. Word soon spread all over the entire world of Sodor, and all the engines began to panic. Charles raced around Sodor along with his mysterious sharp teeth, flowing from his side, destroying buildings, churches, and even a boiler at the hot tub factory. The military guards did everything they could, even with the explosions, but didn't work. Nothing's working. Nothing's gonna kill this engine. I have an idea, sir. We could follow Charles into the hot tub factory. That way he will be destroyed. I'm not sure it's a good idea, Thomas, but we'll try. And Thomas and Percy raced away as fast as he could. Sir Topham Hatt ordered the hot tub factory to be closed down so that they could go under cover of destroying Charles. Thomas raced into the hot tub factory with Charles chasing after him. As he was chasing over the river, Thomas shouted, "Now!" he said. Percy had no choice, but quickly he proffered his pistons and chased towards Spencer, known as Charles. He pushed Charles into the sea, and the monster was in death. Yes, we did it! Percy was tired, but he did his best. And soon, life on Sodor was back to normal. Or so they thought.